It's been a while. I have been mostly reacting to Visual K on my Twitch channel, but today I saw DazzlingBAD, like literally just a couple hours ago, came out with their 10th single, I think. I've been listening to DazzlingBAD for a while now, probably since 2021, which I think is when the band pretty much started up. I have their first EP, The Beginning of the End, right here. This was back before I knew the value of the obi, so I threw out the obi when I bought this. I have this signed Techie from It's. This must be their new look. I really like the pops of color on the black, always giving Goteke on vocals. It on guitar, Yuta. We have Masa on the other guitar. On bass, Ayaha. Oh yeah, Ayaha got the abs. And on drum, Kiro. Eziru? Eziru? Let's see what it's all about. Spooky. Oh, definitely spooky. What is that language? It's like runes. Ooh. I liked the drums at the beginning. I'm not sure about this particular part. Gorgeous. Raspy. It sounds very DazzlingBAD. Whoa! These drums! Wow. Okay, I'm really excited to see what happens next. A bass. Okay. Jazzy. Okay. es-zil by Dazzling Bad. Let's talk about it. All right. I usually like to think about the song visually, and I also like to think about the song musically. So let's start with the visual and talk about this really cool, like witchy vibe. Definitely, it was totally like some kind of witch and doing some kind of strange rituals. I mean, with like the drawings on the ground, the candles. It got a little like psychedelic almost when like the ritual succeeded. There was like this like teleportation element. Not quite sure where it went or what it was doing, but definitely enjoyed those witchy dark colors and the nails. The other members were also very spooky in a way. I really enjoyed the flashes to the different occult items. There was like a use of a spotlight behind many of the members to create this halo dust effect, and I felt that that was much more effective than if there was just like a bunch of like synth flashing light sorts of things. Oh, it went to go see their dead somebody. I think that it traveled to the afterlife to see the dead person that they left behind. And they had a conversation. So there was a storyline here, a full blown storyline, because it started with the cemetery. I get it now. I get it. Musically, this song was really for me the most strong in the drums. I think the drummer really stood out in that brief intro, and then during the chorus the drums were very strong. I just kind of felt like every time the song was picking up I could always pinpoint a shift in the drumming. I like its voice. I know a lot of people don't enjoy its voice. They think maybe it's like too nasally. Personally, I like it. I feel like its voice is unique. No complaints about its voice here. There was less screaming in this song. I think it started with some screaming. There might have been a sprinkle here or there, but this was mostly a melodic song. Musically, they had that very unique bridge that was kind of jazzy, kind of dancey, but not like in a techno way after the guitar solo. Also, by the way, if you listen to that guitar solo again, I think I need to pay attention to the bass because I actually think the bass might have been like the main star of that guitar solo, but that could just be my impression from the very end of it. And that bridge I did like. It took me a second to adjust to the bridge. It was such a shift, but it wasn't such a hard shift. Sometimes I feel like it's like completely changed gears. Oh my gosh, I've just been slapped in the face by this musical shift. It didn't feel completely out of left field. I did enjoy it. However, by the time I had fully adjusted to that musical shift, they were already changing back to the way the rest of the song normally went. And I think they should have kept the shift going for maybe just a couple more seconds so I could fully immerse myself in it, embrace it, enjoy it. And I think that that was probably the biggest weakness of that little portion. What would you guys rate it visually? What would you rate it musically on a scale of 1 to 10? Musically, a 6.5 out of 10, almost a 7. It wasn't completely flowing like as well as it could have. I think that this was well produced, and I think that it's definitely above average. Maybe I have too much nostalgia for Vertigo, and I'll always consider Vertigo to be like DazzlingBAD's best song. Visually, I think, especially upon realizing that there was like a full-blown storyline, this whole witchy go to see someone who has died and like have that conversation, it makes you kind of wonder, oh, what are they talking about? Also, the runes and the fact that they put the subtitles in the runes with the Japanese and English underneath it to translate the runes, and they had like spell books. Oh, all these great elements. I think I'm going to visually give this an 8 out of 10. I always like it when DazzlingBAD comes out with something new because I'm always going to have an opinion about it, and I like being able to get excited about new visual K.